in opening week, we also got to see a lot of debuts. We got to see a lot of rookies come out. So I want to know your top 3 rookies so far. All right, obviously not a huge sample size. We're not even at a full week of the season here. But top 3 rookies so far. Who you got?
That's what feels so cool about being able to do this is, we're talking about how much the game is growing and some of the greatest talents and athletes we've seen. And we did this same conversation last year with the rookies that came in. And then you step back and think this year's rookie class is so good and so exciting. So, I know we're only a few days into the year, but let's do it. Top 3 rookies so far this season. Number 3 is an angel himself, Logan Oloop. Oloop's been tabbed as like the future catcher for this organization. And man, did they need somebody back there that was a consistent, staple of this lineup. And it really feels like they got their guy. Logan Oloop batting .400, a home run already this year, a homer on Sunday, got 6 RBIs. This guy appears to be the real deal. And they acquired him in a trade. And it kind of was like, okay, this might be a good trade for the Angels. And he goes into the organization, gets a pretty high tab on the prospect list, does pretty well in the minors. Then we get into this spring training, and every time we see Shohei Ohtani on the mound, we see Logan Oloop catching him, and it's like, well, that's quite the statement. And then the year starts, and man, he's been on fire to start the year. So the Angels appear to have found their guy behind the plate.
Thank goodness, considering their farm system was not the greatest for a handful of years. All right, let's move to our second rookie, Cardinals, Nolan Gorman.
Man, Nolan Gorman, I feel like had a lot of hype coming up last year and was very, very spotty. But to start this year, that hype is still there, and he's been really good. A couple of home runs on the day on Sunday, batting .444, 6 RBIs, an OPS over 1,700.
Oof.
Nolan Gorman in that Cardinals lineup and man, this gets me excited about the Cardinals lineup because this is what I was talking about with this team is there's already so many guys in that lineup that you really feel like are going to be good, right? Like Nolan Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt, Wilson Contreras. But if you can get anything from anybody else, this lineup's going to go from really good to elite. And so far, this Cardinals lineup has been getting a lot from everywhere you look. Tyler O'Neill, Brendan Donovan, Nolan Gorman specifically. So, and his, as a guy that's come up with a lot of hype, it appears this year he couldn't be off to a much better start. I have him at number 2.
Speaking of hype, number 3, Japanese superstar who made his major league debut with the Mets on Sunday, Koda Senga.
Yeah, number 3, but number 1. The number 3 guy I'm talking about, but the number one rookie so far, Koda Senga. And his start to me was so special. 1, because it's a debut. 2, you could see him in the dugout like so antsy. Right? When you're making a debut, you want to be the home team. So you can go out there and throw first. He wasn't. Obviously, his debut was coming in Miami, where he had to wait in the dugout, and the Mets end up putting up 2 runs. Again, great. You're happy your team scored 2 runs. But honestly, it's like make that first inning as fast as possible and then go out and score a bunch. So you could see him in the dugout just like amped up, ready to go, finally able to take the mound, gives up a single to Luis Arias, immediately followed by a double to Jorge Soler. It's 1-0 before it's 1 run on the board before you can even blink. Ends up going walk after that. So then you're really like, man, and he really was struggling to find the zone. Now, his stuff was still good. He was throwing 99 miles an hour. His forkball was moving all over the place. Slider moving well. He just couldn't find it. He just needed to get that first out. Finally, with the bases loaded, 1 run already in, nobody out, he strikes out Yuli Gurriel, follows that up with a strikeout, and gets a line out to end it. So ends up getting out of that inning. The strikeout to Yuli Gurriel, his first major league strikeout. Yuli looked foolish on that swing, literally threw the bat on the ghost fork, and he settled in from there and really never, ever looked back. He was dominant. What a great start. 8 strikeouts in total, 5 1/3, 8 strikeouts. All 8 of those strikeouts came on the ghost forkball. He was touching 99. He was wearing a really cool glove, by the way. Everybody was talking about this ghost forkball.
Yeah.
But the thought kind of becomes like, is that just a name that can't, like, does he even like that name? Apparently, yes.
Yeah.
His glove was so cool. It had a ghost and a fork on it.
Embroidered on it
right next to each other. Man, what a debut for him. After that first inning that was shaky, he got out of it with very limited damage and was dominant. I mean, dominant after that. So he's number 1 on my list.
I love it. It's such a bright future and so much excitement, as you said, surrounding the rookies this season. We had a great rookie class last year, and this year is living up to the hype, which is so awesome.
I mean, we're not even able to mention someone. Anthony Volpe, who's got a stolen base in the first 3 games of his career, a couple of hits, and got his first major league hit, and then his second in that next at bat. He's going to be on this list. If we did this every week, he'd probably be on it a lot of times. The rookie class this year is probably even more so living up to the hype than you could have imagined. So it just makes me really excited.
It's great.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. If you love Flippin Bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.